Welcome to the Pitmaster Podcast. We're barbecue competition competitors that aim to share information, advice, tips, and tall tales about our favorite pastime. Head over to thepitmasterpodcast.com for all things Pitmasters, or follow us on your favorite social media platform. And now, here are the hosts of the Pitmaster Podcast, the two-time grand champion, SCA World Champion finalist, and barbecue specialist of Smoke Ain't No Joke Barbecue, the Anthony Luan, and the 24-time grand and reserve grand champion, reserve world grand champion, Windover High Roller champion, and the founder of Pitmaster Barbecue Supply Company stores in Utah, the old man himself from Big Johnson's Barbecue, Jesse Johnson.
This is Greg Rempe from the Barbecue Central Show, and you are listening to the Pitmasters Podcast, and they are doing it live.
We'll do it live.
That's right, Bill. I just said that. They're going to do it live.
We'll do it live.
Yes, live. They're going to do it live.
What's up, Pitmasters? Here we are on Tuesday night. Jesse, I don't know why we decided to book this show on a Tuesday night because it can get out of control quickly because we got our friends Rooster and Greybeard on the show. Yes.
Absolutely. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun drinking whiskey on a Tuesday night. I didn't even have any drinks for the Super Bowl, so it's like I guess I was saving up.
Right. So yeah, I don't even know what this show's going to go. We're just going to wing it here, but we're good. Any new news for you lately? I haven't talked. It seems like we haven't chatted forever, but it's only been like 2 weeks.
Well, we had a cancellation, and I ran off to start when we didn't have the podcast last Tuesday. I ran off to work. Me and my brother bought a new building for our gym, so I was like, every waking moment I've got, like I spent all day today at our new gym today, so working on that. So I'm worn out. The whiskey's gonna hit me good tonight.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
heck yeah. Well,
I'm going to build up I should have the schedule done by the end of the weekend we're going to have 6 backyards at the Pitmaster locations in West Jordan, Layton, and 5 Points. And then hopefully we'll have Tomato Days again. And then Norute might be a little changed to Norute. Norute might be in May.
Oh, okay.
So the venue didn't like to go. They have an event Memorial Weekend, and they didn't want to do it the very next weekend. So it might be the first weekend of May.
Wow.
So yeah, so
that's awesome.
I better get on it. It's quick.
Right.
It's gonna happen. It'll be right here shortly, huh?
Yeah. But before I get going on this too much, I gotta get ready for these guys because these guys are gonna be ahead of the game.
What are you sipping on?
That's what we're gonna talk about. I have a flask cap here, as you can see.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my Coke product and pour it in my cup. All right. That's
why
what we're gonna do.
Coke and what?
That's fine.
That's fine. That's horrible.
I have my 6-ounce flask here. Oh shit. Okay. And I got my
I just keep it simple. This
1792 here.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna pour it in my flask here. We're gonna do this.
You got to be careful with that one because that one will sneak up and bite your ass.
It's only 93% proof.
Yeah, nothing much.
Nothing much. Nothing for a Tuesday. Then I screw it onto my top here, Jesse.
Then
I put it on my cup here, and guess what? I can have me a whiskey and Coke, but I don't do that normally. I have a little trigger button right here. And I can pour myself some whiskey whenever I want, and then have a Coke to back.
That's kind of cool. Is that what product is that?
It's called Flask Cap.
Okay, I've heard of those.
Yeah. For everybody who's listening to the podcast, if you go to the Pitmasters podcast Instagram, you can enter to win one. They're $50.
Cool.
Why not?
Very cool.
Why not just drop a couple of your buddies' names on there and enter to win?
Get one for free.
Exactly. And
Utah's favorite 4-letter word.
Yeah, there's only like 5 people signed up too, so the odds are in your favor. Definitely 100%.
There you go. Get on there right now.
Exactly.
So you're drinking 1792. I broke out the High West Midwinter's Nights Dram.
Okay.
That's a special bottle. It's a limited engagement is what they call it. So I bought me one, and then my neighbor bought me one for Christmas. I'm like, because that's an expensive bottle. That's like a $140 bottle. That's a nice little Christmas gift from a neighbor.
Right.
I guess they like all the leftover barbecue I give them. So
Right. I think I touched my mic and something's going on here. You guys hear me good?
yeah, I got you.
Okay, cool.
Let's bring in the boys. Let's get this started because
let's
it's
get it
going to
started, 'cause
be a shit show.
It could be. That's fine.
We call it Thermapen 1, the first true 1-second cooking thermometer. Its unprecedented speed means Thermapen 1's responsiveness approaches the speed of thought. Because when you're plating the perfect menu or smoking the perfect side of barbecue, you don't have time to think about how your instant read thermometer is accurate to 0.5 degrees in 1 second or less, or how rugged and waterproof it is, or how big, elegant and bright the backlit display is. You'll just know it works, because our perfection powers your perfection. Seek perfection with Thermapen 1.
Hey, what up, guys? We got Rooster and Greybeard in the house. How are you guys tonight?
Great.
Good. How are you?
Good. Oh, all right.
How deep are you in the bottles already? Let me hear you. How deep are you?
No, not that deep.
Not today.
Not today.
Not yet.
That depends on how this shit show goes.
I'm a take famous last words for 1,000, please, Alex.
Right. Hold my beer.
Right. So what's up, guys? What's been new? It's been a minute since we chatted with you, a couple months. Anything new? What's going on there?
Well, we entered the barbecue competition world.
Yep. Did our first barbecue comp at the Casaba in Helotes, Texas.
Nice.
Yeah, we did all right. Not bad.
Yeah, we entered.
So
in
was it a
KCB?
was it a KCBS event or what was it?
No, it is not a KCBS sanctioned event.
No.
Oh. All right, so let's hear it.
Yeah, lay it out, man.
What'd you all cook? What'd you cook
Give it to
for?
him.
All right, so we entered in brisket, half chickens, ribs, beans, and salsa.
Oh, nice.
And we placed in brisket, ribs, and beans.
All right, so you want to break down and share your bean recipe?
Ooh.
Just give us the high level. You don't have to put
All right, so the high level on bean recipe,
your secret ingredients.
We started off with baked beans, right? And then we have all our little accoutrements, some jalapeno, some onion, some bacon, of course, pre-cooked the bacon. And then a little bit of mustard, a little bit of molasses. And then we smoke it for 3 hours.
Wow. That sounds good.
It's phenomenal.
And we typically when we smoke, it's post oak and hickory mix.
So
what are you guys cooking on?
Yeah.
I don't know if we covered that last time. What pits are you cooking on?
Oh man, I had borrowed a big pit, toe behind pit from this guy that I work with, and because obviously I didn't have a pit big enough to take to a cook off, but I borrowed this guy's pit, and it's what is it?
250 gallons.
250 gallon.
Nice.
And got a smoker on the one side, smoker box on one side, and a heat box on the other side, and then 250. It's good.
Yeah, it's on a trailer. It's got a canopy on the top with two sides that fold up to be canopies
Oh,
over
wow.
each side.
So you guys rolled up all balling out of control and going, hey,
Oh,
check
we
out
did.
our
We did. We were
pit.
thinking, we are big shots.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
And we also had in mind that, we thought, hey, if we don't place in anything, we're still going to be happy just to be there and do it. But then when they kept calling our name, we were just like, wow, it was awesome.
So what were your calls? Tell us what you called. What was your calls?
What's your highest call?
We ended up getting 4th in beans.
Nice.
8th in brisket. And 8th in brisket and 10th in ribs.
There you go. How many teams were there? 10?
140?
I think, 130, 140.
That's a big competition.
That's huge.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, that's big.
We were stoked. I mean, we really didn't figure we'd place at all, and especially because that was actually our first time using that pit too. So,
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Nothing like rolling in with new recipes and new pits. That's the tough one right there.
Yeah,
congratulations.
That's not supposed to do. You hammered it.
No joke. That's no joke.com, guys. Nice job.
Yeah, we did all right. I mean, like he was saying, we were there to have fun and barbecue and enjoy the atmosphere and whatnot. And placing was a bonus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had a company that sponsored us. They paid for all the entry fees,
Yeah.
for all the food.
Awesome.
They even got us a RV. They parked out there for us to sleep in.
Jeez.
These guys
Oh,
are
yeah, it
balling
was
out
nice.
of control.
How do I
Boy.
can I get their contact information, please?
Yeah.
Dude, I miss the days when I was sponsored by Winnebago, so I'd get to take a new bus to every competition.
Shut up, really?
Now that's
Oh, yeah.
large right there.
How did you
Yeah.
pull that off, Jesse?
Well, because my main office was just outside the Winnebago dealership, so it was like I
Jeez.
cook for the store all the time. I got to take a bus from time to time.
There
So
you
Wow.
go.
That's how we
That's
got
awesome.
this one too. Is we cooked and they had our food, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, we got to do this." And he's going to do a couple more with us this year.
Yeah.
We're trying to find more sponsors that can sponsor us for some other ones in between. But
Heck
well,
yeah.
that's awesome, man. Nice job.
Yeah, congratulations. So I'm going to run down a list here for you guys, and all you guys have to say easy or hard, okay?
yeah,
This is simple. This is how the struggle is here in Utah. We had our allocation draw today.
He's moving to whiskeys already.
Yes.
let's do it.
So, Eagle Rare, 14
Easy.
years. We had 7 bottles.
Yeah, that's easy for us here.
I got 2 back there.
Okay.
We got a couple back here too.
All right. George T. Stagg, 78 bottles.
Yeah, no,
I've
that's
got
really hard
I've got
to
one back there.
Okay. All right. We're to get into the good shit now. Pappy
Okay.
Van Winkle, 10 year,
Oh,
65
shit.
bottles.
65
Oh.
bottles?
Yes.
We
I
just
didn't
had a
put-
draw.
I
and
didn't pull any.
We weren't in on. We didn't make the draw, but I had one of my bourbon buddies picked it up for $179 for the 12-year.
Nice.
Nice. All right. We got Pappy Van Winkle, 15 year, coming in at 10 bottles.
Wow.
Wow.
Then we had the Pappy Van Winkle, 20 year, coming in at a solid 14 bottles available.
Like, how
Wow.
much for the per bottle on that though?
The 15 years was $199.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Pappy Van Winkle, 20 year at $319, 14 bottles.
Oh my gosh, that's phenomenal.
Right. And then we had the 23 year coming in at $449, 10 bottles.
Wow.
And then the 12 year coming in at $149 for 46 bottles.
Yeah, we don't Pappy. We have to get it allocated online if we want that, and
Yeah.
it's in the thousands. So.
And then they got
around here. There's half of those bottles. I'm going to say 75% of those bottles. They're going to go into the aftermarket because those guys
yeah.
are flippers. They're
Oh,
flippers.
yeah.
and then we had a bottle of Weller come through, $149. Then we had 24 bottles of that.
Was that Weller Reserve?
William, just the William Larry Weller.
The green
bourbon.
one?
Yeah, just the green one.
Okay, so this is $49 here all day long.
Jesus.
Wow.
And this is the 175.
What about this
Yeah.
12 year?
Yeah, 12 years hard to get. I got that bottle for 75 with the 12 year. But the 750 milliliter is $32.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then what about Thomas
Parrot
Handy Rye? I've never.
Parrot Red brought me down a bottle of the
Right.
Green Wellers last
Yeah.
year.
You can get that.
That was part of his entry fee.
Got it. I tasted some of that the other day, and I wasn't that big of a fan on it.
What'd you taste?
The green bottle Weller. I'd rather.
We call it a mixer.
Yeah.
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 Oof.
And then we had 56 bottles of Thomas Handy Rye. I'm not familiar with that one.
Nice. Yeah,
Thomas
no,
Handy.
it's good too. I don't have any of that either because that's hard to come by here
Yeah.
too.
And then, am I saying this right? Sazerac?
Sazerac.
That's who owns Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Okay.
Yep, exactly.
And they had an 18-year rye for going, and that had only 12 bottles
Now, I
available.
bet that wasn't too bad. The Sazerac products we call them mixers also generally.
Mhm.
But some of that other stuff like that sat in that barrel and got some more character to it's probably really tasty.
Sure. Well, we had 12 bottles of that available, and 4,572 people put in for it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
So
That's like trying to pull an elk tag around here.
right. So yeah, we had the biggest bottle on the allocation was obviously the 23, the Pappy Van Winkle 23. 10 bottles were available for that, and it was 4,629 people put in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's rare that we get an opportunity at that, but I've taken a crack at the last 3 years, and one day my luck's gonna strike, I hope.
I've never drawn an allocation.
I'm on the Sazerac barrel draw, and so every time a new draw comes up to buy barrels,
Okay.
I have not put my name in yet because I don't have the cash sitting there to buy the barrel, but I'm close to where we're going to put that barrel in, our names in there. But so we get we get it sent to us every month because we're a part of it. But you take that extra step to put your number in, and then you get put into the drawing for it. But yeah, they're
So when you get drawn for that, what does that barrel cost you?
So it depends what it is. Is it Sazerac? Is it Blanton's? Is it Taylor? Is it Whaler? It depends on which one. Is it Elmer T. Lee? Depends on what the barrel is. Like Blanton's last time went for $13,000 for the barrel.
Jesus. Wow. Do they bottle that for you though? If you win that,
no, it's bottled.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, they don't send it to you in a barrel. They bottle it and send it to you.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys last year's numbers. Let's just go straight to the 23, Pappy Van Winkle 23. They allocated 3 bottles, okay? And last year's price was still the $450 for 3 bottles, coming in at 7,483 entries.
Oh my god! And
at least we dropped 3,000 people.
Wow. Right, the bottle numbers went up, but the entries went down. So it's Jesus.
Hey, you see what we got right here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's talk about it. Jesse hates it.
What is it?
Scandalous.
Yes, Jesse is not a fan.
Oh fuck.
So we actually did a live whiskey tasting last Thursday.
Okay.
So how many people threw up?
Neither of us, thankfully.
What do you guys think about it, though?
All right, let's talk about it. Let me hear you.
Okay, so we're not a fan of flavored whiskey in general.
No, we're not.
However, definitely not a fan of Fireball.
Definitely not a fan of anything cinnamon.
But I will tell you, Anthony, and props to you because you said this will be the best stuff we've ever tasted for cinnamon, and it is.
It's not. I mean, I don't like a lot of cinnamon at all, but I could have a dram or two of that every once in a while. But I could not drink that on a regular.
Yeah, it's not over the top. It's got a big red or a cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
Hit to it, which is
the old school cinnamon toothpicks, like we used to get in junior high.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what your mom says. That thing, I can't. That thing is like, okay. I'm sorry, that's a Utah company, and I have to go to the wall with it. I'll go to the mats on that one. That is not good. I have just lost all kinds of respect for y'all. Just saying.
Well, like I said, we would never buy anything flavored.
Well, okay, so let's look at this. That's how much is gone.
Yeah, just you guys sampled it. It's fine. I get it.
Yes.
But the thing is like you guys said, that is not to sit and drink all night. That's just like, hey, let's have a shot with some friends. But the thing is that's a double distilled whiskey. So they distill the whiskey and then they run it through, I should say a single distilled, double filtered is probably the best way for it. Because what they do is they distill the whiskey and then they filter it through cinnamon sticks and vanilla beans. And then that's where the flavor comes from.
Because the flavor is nice and smooth for being what it is. So we were surprised at the quality of flavor it did have.
Yeah.
For what it was.
But still, I'd much rather have Knob Creek 9 single barrel reserve 120 proof.
Right.
Neat.
Right. Yeah, I get that too. But they have some really, 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 really other good stuff. I want to get some stuff. They have a Renee that's in there. And what they do is they run it through, like they fruits. So they use like peach and pears and stuff like that too. I shouldn't say peach. They run it through pears and stuff. So you get a nice back end of stuff, but it's really good stuff.
Yeah.
So Anthony, one of these times,
Anthony
you and I need to go
flavor
down
whiskey,
there,
y'all.
Anthony.
Yeah, dude, Jesse, I'll take you through their distillery. I'm pretty good friends with them.
And they can beat me to death with break out the baseball bats. I'm a big fella. I can handle a little bit of abuse, but I want to see this and just taste it like maybe I got a bad bottle. Who knows?
Well, when Anthony gets more gray hair, then he won't be liking it either.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know, guys. I don't know what this Clint guy's talking about here, but I don't know if he's a buddy of your friends, but he says we're having a shitty format. That guy can stay watching. I don't care.
He's got a small taint. He can lick my taint.
Yeah. Oh man. But guys, what is new? You guys have
let's go back to the barbecue competition. We just barely skimmed the surface of their first competition. He's like, you went straight to the bourbons.
Hell yeah, that's what we're here
this
for.
Is the pitmaster.
Look at this barrel we got right here. This is full of Buffalo Trace.
Whoa, that's what I'm talking about.
Oof, nice.
So what'd you say?
Every 5 days is like 1 year
in a big barrel.
Yeah.
So we're putting it in we're going to test it every 4 months on a Whiskey Talk Live that we do on Thursdays and see how it compares to one fresh out of the bottle.
Right.
That's going to be fun.
That is going to be fun. So I guess Jesse wants to hit the rewind button. He wants to talk more about the barbecue competition. Let's talk about
they got 3 calls at 140 teams. That's no joke.
We actually got a couple of little medals hanging on the side of the bar over here.
Yeah.
So
first
so
awards?
what was your calling? Is that's your first competition, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
first, yeah.
And they got 3. Anthony, they got some good calls, man.
Yeah.
So tell me about your ribs.
The ribs turned out perfect. I mean,
Okay.
They wanted bite off the bone. They did not want the bone to be able to pull. They wanted clean bite off the bone. I think our ribs should have placed higher myself.
Well, but 140 teams it was 10th place call. Remember that right?
Yeah.
That's guys. It's minuscule about the flavor profile, minuscule about the doneness. It's about the table that you landed on. So you guys gotta take that as a huge pat on your back.
Oh, we did. Believe us.
We were overjoyed, believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We lived on that for a month.
Yeah.
What?
Anthony, you're the local Hispanic. I want to hear more about the salsa.
Oh,
What do you mean?
So we actually did. We got first place on salsa, but we had all the right numbers except for the very last one. They called something different, but nobody claimed it.
Everything, every item was claimed. Every position from 1st to 10th was claimed on everything, except for first place salsa.
Really?
So when they give you the cup, right? They tape 2 tickets to it, and you tear off your ticket, and then the other part's taped on there. So we think when they tore the tape off with their side of the ticket, they ripped the number a little bit because we were the closest one to the correct number.
The last number was different.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we didn't get it. So, but we did a mango salsa, which I have some trophies up there that we've won in salsa competitions before with. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yeah, they're back behind Dick and James.
Didn't know that.
Because I'm a salsa junkie, man. If salsa's good, like I'll drink it right out of the bottle. I love really good salsa. But dude, when I hit 50 years old though, I can't handle it. I can't handle any heat, like overly hot. You can't have seeds, you can't have stems. Otherwise, I'm wrecked for 2 days.
Yeah, and our mango salsa is habaneros.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, habaneros gives you great flavor,
spicy,
but no
and
heat.
That's the great thing about it.
Yeah, great flavor, no
because
heat.
Because the sweet component, it balances it.
You want to know a pro tip? If you have anything that has a little bit of heat in it and you want to accentuate it, but not actually roast people, where they're needing milk.
All right,
or
give us a
water,
pro tip, Anthony.
Ice cream. Yeah. Add celery salt. Celery salt amplifies
Celery
the
salt?
spiciness to it, but it doesn't actually
without the
burn you.
heat.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, celery salt is like an accelerator, but it
Well,
doesn't burn you.
That you're still in a pro tip for me, because people around here go freak out about my coleslaw, and I use just celery seed in my coleslaw, and it just completely changes how it
Yeah.
tastes. So
Yeah. Well, the people here in Utah too, man. They
Yeah.
know two things. They know Diet Coke and crumbled cookies.
and,
So it has-
and ketchup and ketchup is spicy for them all.
Oh
They
shit!
actually sell spicy ketchup down here.
Yeah. So you guys can go to like any convenience store, or I should say liquor store. You guys can buy a bottle of liquor wherever you want. Here in Utah, we have to go to designated stores. They're spread out through the state, but you can goddamn find a soda shop on every corner. Talking 44 ounces of soda on every corner in this state. It's crazy.
Yep.
And they give us alcoholics, or I shouldn't say alcoholics, us drinkers a hard time because we have a problem.
Yeah, they give drinkers a hard time, and they're introducing everyone to type 2 diabetes on a regular
Right.
basis.
32 ounces.
You guys can inject that right in the vein. You got so many of them out there, huh?
It only costs
And this is
25 cents to upgrade to the 44 ounce out of the 32 ounce,
Yeah.
guys. So everybody's rolling around with 44 ounce sodas.
I'm like saying, what are you talking about? 32 ounce? Everybody I see from either Swig or any of those other companies, they're rocking the 44 ounces. Like just tap it in.
Right?
Tap it in, go straight to the vein, baby. You'll be type 2 diabetic shortly.
Walking around with a 5-gallon bucket of soda.
Right? And then freaking.
I remember there was a
us on-
local radio station that they had. You know how people have those big mugs that you go refill at the
Oh, yeah.
convenience store, right?
Truck driver mugs.
X96, one of the local radio stations, great radio station. Steve Johnson, a good friend of mine, runs the whole group. They had like a 56-inch mug that they would give away at remotes. It was like, I'm like, you guys are just trying to kill everybody in Utah.
The big ass mug. I remember that. The
The
big
ass mug
is what they call
and
it.
had a big old jackass on it, and X96 on the other side. It was freaking cool. It was cool, but it's like, that's a little bit much, son.
That sounds like a morning coffee mug right there.
Yeah.
Right? Then they give us shit trying to fucking battle for less than 200 bottles of allocation.
Yeah.
It's wild. Hey, but what did you guys use on your ribs? What rub did you use on your ribs? Is this a self-made, or did you guys buy
They're
a
never
production?
gonna compete in Utah, so just spill the beans. Well,
Yeah.
not the beans,
What
because
did
they're
we
beans.
use?
They're hiding their beans.
Yeah.
What did you do on your ribs?
So the ribs, we had our own rub that we used, and we also take Knorr beef tallow, or not tallow, but the beef bouillon, the Knorr powdered beef bouillon, not the cubes,
Yeah.
but the powder.
Yeah.
And sprinkle that on the top before we put the rub on it, and then we finish our homemade barbecue sauce. We did a light glaze on it.
Bunch of
Jeez.
cheaters. They're cheaters. Anthony, they're cheaters.
No, like the great words of Joe Montana, if you ain't treating, you ain't trying.
I've been doing
Like NASCAR stuff
that
right there,
beef thing for 15 years. I've been doing that for 15 years. I've never told anybody. Everybody knows now. I've been dusting my brisket with that for 15 years.
Really? We did it on our brisket too. That's one of our that sets us apart from everybody else.
Yeah.
You're the first person that I know that I've heard of that's ever done that.
Well, and
Not that
Anthony
we're
does
like
Anthony does it all on all of his ribeye steaks. I know that he does the beef bouillon on the top of his steaks in SCAs.
What the hell? You're starting rumors now.
Anthony, I saw the bottle in your cook area.
Oh, that's bullshit.
You know, bullshit. You were absolutely running KNORRS beef bouillon on your steak.
Negative.
That's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact, son.
I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to talk about this offline because that is. I might have to put something in the bag now since you guys are spilling out the beans.
Amanda even told me. Amanda said, I can't believe he's using that beef bouillon. I'm like, hey, if it works, it works, huh?
You want to know
There's an
something? Now
extra
I'm
layer of
calling
flavor
bullshit
on
because
there,
Amanda
you know?
still doesn't
That's
know
what
to
you're
this day
looking
what
for.
I run. Amanda still to this day does not know what I run. So I'm calling bullshit.
Hey, Amanda's a straight up ninja. You may think that she doesn't know. I guarantee that girl knows.
That's it. We're bringing her on next time, and we're gonna we're calling it. We're gonna call the bluff.
Yeah. If your
Oh,
nose to
man.
nose, your toes are in it. If your toes to toe, your nose is in it. That's all I'm saying.
That's funny. Hey guys, I know you guys can see your screens, but Sarah Sue tuned in and said, "Hey Greybeard, your grandson says hi and bye."
Yeah, they live in Indiana.
All right, nice.
That's
Now I think
my
we pissed
daughter,
off
my
Clint. Clint was just trying to be a nice
grandson.
guy, but we pissed him off.
Nice. Yeah, the taint content
Yeah.
got him going.
He was trying to be a nice guy. We took it the wrong way. We took a hard left, but it's fine. It's fine, Clint. We apologize.
Gotta go.
So what's new in your guys' area? There's a new distillery that opened here in Utah, Sugar House Distillery. I have yet to experience it, but they're new, so that's going to be my new trying to try their product. Do you guys have anything new in your area that you guys might want to just let people know about and just?
There's nothing like super new. There's 44 different distilleries in Texas, so.
Yeah.
I will tell you the one that's up in West Texas is freaking fabulous. They make Charlie Goodnight. It's the great grandson of Charlie Goodnight, the Goodnight Loving Trail. The one that McMurtry used Goodnight and Loving to write his Lonesome Dove saga. And yes, we agree.
Well,
and
stop killing the cat.
Right? That's actually our 3-week-old Bernie Doodle. We have 9 of them. My wife's a dog breeder.
Okay.
But it's I got bottles over here. Anyhow, it's called Charlie Goodnight, and it actually won Whiskey of the Year last year. Bill and I have been drinking it.
No, it's good shit.
For a long time, and it is fabulous. And that's a local Texas distillery, and it's absolutely fat.
The one
Fabulous.
The one I like is Rebecca Creek.
Rebecca Creek Spanish oak, which you can't find anymore.
Oh, I got a bottle.
Nice. Hey, do you guys want to help me make Amanda super happy? I know you guys don't know who she is, but she's a badass. But do you want to help me make her happy?
She is an absolute badass.
Badass, yeah. You guys want to make her happy?
You totally outkicked your coverage with Amanda, just so you know, son.
So I need your guys' help. That. There is a product in Texas that I am unable to get, and she's been wanting it for probably 4 years. She's had it one time when she visited Texas, but it's called Iron Wolf, Iron Hot. You guys write that down? Can you locate that?
What is it? What is it, Anthony?
Hold on. You guys are all going to talk shit, but you guys got to remember you're talking shit about Amanda, so you better watch your mouth.
Don't do that. No. Do not do that.
Iron Hot.
Yes, here it is.
What is it?
It's a cinnamon whiskey.
If we find it, we'll send it out to you.
Oh, look,
please do. Yes.
Praise Jesus. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lord.
But apparently it's amazing. And it looks like they have a lot of cool other products.
We have Iron Wolf. Yes, we have.
Yeah, Iron Wolf. Yeah, it's called Iron Hot.
On the shelf. Yes.
Yes. So if you could find some of that and send it up to me, I will pay you for that, and we will make Amanda super, super happy.
Well, here's the thing.
We'll have to do that for you.
Yes.
Send it to Anthony.
Yes.
So that he can give it to Amanda.
Yes.
For his Valentine's Day present. So he can get a little nummin'.
And then she'd probably like this one too, guys, the hot scotch. I bet she'd like that one as well. So I'm willing. Yep. It looks like
he's taking one for the team. Look at you, Anthony. All right. You little bougie ass.
I'm gonna send my wife in to buy it though. I can't be caught buying.
That's fine.
We'll get it for you, but ain't gonna be me.
It's fine. It's for Amanda. Amanda puts a lot of work in. She is huge into the barbecue scene. SCA.
Listen, if Anthony asked me to get something for Amanda, I would absolutely go do it. Not for Anthony, but for Amanda.
Yes.
I love Anthony to death, but Amanda, she is absolutely a soul killer. She is so sweet. She's a little badass rolling around with her mohawk and her 6-inch heels.
Yep. And she's a boxer too. She will fuck you up if you say the wrong thing. So.
We'll definitely send you a bottle then.
Damn.
Yep. So yeah, I'm just trying to, so I gotta say this. Bourbon is like sneakers, right? Sneakers are kind of, they were super hot. Everybody was trying to get the newest drops. I feel like bourbon and whiskeys were the same way, and I feel like it's kind of falling off. What do you think is driving people to?
It's not falling off, though, son. It is not falling off.
I feel like it is. The numbers are up. The data is here. We have 7,000 people putting in for a bottle, and it cuts into half this year.
Why do you think that is?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think
because people in Utah get pissed off because we're getting screwed on a regular basis. Like, it is like you got to pay your tithing. And you got to try to put in for your allocation. You get screwed both ways.
You're saying the person putting their tithing is going to come in and put in for their allocation. Oh my God, we are burning in hell. I am so sorry, Crystal.
Well, Chris, what are you talking about, Crystal? Crystal's our local hookup now.
She is. She really is. She comes through.
Is slaying it for us. So just so you guys know that Crystal is our booking agent, and she is an absolute sweetheart. You can't get a better person.
I can testify to that. She is,
and they live in Vernal, Utah, and they are a genie blink away from Colorado. So they'll drive over to Colorado and get us bourbons and bring them down to us. It's like, so that's my Eagle Rare has got there. She's trying to find me some E.H. Taylor. But there was a couple of bourbons that she was talking about that you guys had talked about. And she texted me and like, my days are busy as hell. I'm like, darling, just call me. And if it's something the boys suggested, just buy it and I'll pay for it. Ain't no worries. I trust y'all. I don't trust Anthony with cinnamon whiskey, but I trust y'all.
So listen here. I'm documenting this right now. You guys are my witnesses. If Crystal gets busted for bootlegging, Jesse is belling her out because he just spilled all the beans about it.
Yep.
Dude, everybody in Utah goes to Wendover or Mesquite, goes to what's the liquor store in Wendover?
Lee's
Everybody
discount
goes
liquor.
Lee's Market. So every time we did an event in Wendover, we're in Lee's. So I'm like, okay, you got a $500 budget. You got a $1,000 budget. Go hit Lee's. All the stuff that you can't get in Utah, you just go buy it out right off the shelf at a discount and you just bring it home.
Yes.
There's no UHP that's going to pull you and go, you got too much bourbon, son. They're looking for the guys that have been to the dispensary, not the liquor store.
Shit, I'm fucked either way.
And the problem, here's the biggest problem. My buddy owns the dispensary in Wendover. He's laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, no kidding. With on guards.
So here's the problem, Jesse. Every time I go out to Wendover, I was like, I'm going to go to Lee's. I'm going to go get everything I need. But what does Anthony do? Sits down at the blackjack table and does not leave for hours until I can't stand up straight.
You go to Lee's when you arrive.
Yeah.
Not when you're about to leave.
No. Because
Pro tip.
That maybe, I need to start going to Lee's before I get there, before I hit the 21 table and before I go up to my room and sleep it off.
So let's go back to the boys. What y'all do on the brisket?
That is kind of a funny story there.
Yeah, it is. We got 10, but
so
yeah. What was it?
Let's
so you got 10th
real quick.
Hold on. You got 10th and ribs, right?
Yes, 8th and brisket.
Okay, 8th and brisket.
8th and brisket. Okay. What'd you do in brisket?
Let me set this up for you real quick. So the company that sponsored us bought us a big ass bottle. I don't remember what it was.
Knob Creek 9.
Oh, it was Knob Creek 9. Anyway, So we're a quarter way into that bottle. About 11:30, 12 o'clock, I head to the trailer. Adam comes to the trailer
What time?
About 12 o'clock at night. Adam
On
comes
Friday
to the
night?
trailer about 2 a.m. He had pulled the briskets, wrapped them. Everything was looking good. They were tipping about 180. So, another couple of hours, we'd be right there.
Yeah.
Well, we get up at like 5 and get back up to the barbecue. And the temps on the briskets are running 185 for like 3 hours.
Yeah, like they hit a real late stall.
What the hell did y'all do wrong?
So this guy grabs his phone and he's dicking around on his phone, and all of a sudden he's got 2 or 3 different meter readings on his phone.
Yeah, we use the meter. And when
That's where you guys.
Hey, hold on. Quick stop.
I need to pause.
You guys have to get rid of that goddamn meter and get an
Yes.
RFX.
Exactly.
Because, son, RFX, there's what's called a secondary stall on your brisket. Okay, it stalls twice. That's why you wrap it. You wrap it in paper, or you wrap it. So you keep your RFX in that. All right. So when you're this happened to one of my teams that was in Arizona a couple of weeks ago. They got so damn nervous that their brisket was like creeping. I'm like, I've gone to 213.7 degrees on a brisket before it hit the secondary stall, because if you're cooking a Wagyu brisket, there's so much fat in that brisket, you've got to take it to the secondary stall. So you set a five minute alarm. You're watching that brisket. All right. If it continues to move in 5 minutes, that brisket's not done. As soon as it goes 5 minutes and it doesn't move, you give it another 5 minutes. If it doesn't move, you give it 20 minutes more, pull it off, vent it, and you got the most perfect brisket. I promise you. That is go ahead. Sorry. I apologize. I stepped all over y'all.
It's all good. So he got on his phone and he had like 3 different apps open for that meter. And we were at 209 degrees internal.
That's okay.
So it was over where we like to pull it at. We like to pull ours at like 195 to 200.
So here's the question. What brisket were you cooking?
It was a Wagyu.
Which one? Which brand?
No, it wasn't Wagyu. It was just a prime brisket.
Oh, it was prime. I thought he got Wagyus.
He got prime.
So it wasn't a Snake River Farms or a
No, it was a local HEB brisket. The problem is when it disconnected and reconnected, it opened up a new cook. So I was looking at my old cook at that 180, and it opened a new one.
Yeah.
The problem was the brisket was just too tender, and I was having a hard time getting a clean slice without falling apart.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The brisket was delicious. We still played.
Right.
But it was a little overdone for us. We literally, brisket was the last item to be called. And we looked at each other like, okay, we can go, because we highly doubted we were going to play some brisket at all. We stood up and then they called our names.
Oh, you guys knew you were going to win.
It's your first competition. You did phenomenal, and you did it with a commodity. You did a commodity brisket, not a Wagyu, not an A9.
Slices that weren't falling apart.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the tough part. So, all right, here's the pro tip. So, when you trim your brisket, you set it all up. I put mine in a brisket caddy, but because I'm planning on slicing my brisket a certain way, if I've overcooked my brisket, I take it out of the caddy and I turn that brisket at an angle, because you're going from, let me see, you're going from a meat, the strand, let's go there.
Connective tissue.
From there and you go like that, the connective tissue. If you take it from slicing at a 90-degree angle and switch it to that, you've gone from a 1/4 inch muscle striation to 3/4 of muscle striation. and it'll stay together better. So if you've overcooked
Yeah,
your
we didn't
brisket,
think about that. We cut
all
it
you do is
our
you
normal
take
way.
you
Yeah.
take your knife, you turn your angle. You have to take off some of the brisket, but then you start slicing at an angle. You elongate the muscle striations, and it
Yeah.
stays together better.
Mm.
And it's going to be still tender as all get out. But that's a pro tip.
Yeah,
I
no, we
learned that
didn't
the
even
hard
think
way.
Yeah,
about that. Yeah.
that's a good tip. I like that. I'm gonna keep that in the back of the memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think that you've gone too far, because normally everybody knows you trim your brisket, you got your flat in there, and it's perfect. You're gonna slice it along the grain. It's like, oh, we went too far. You take a couple slices and you go like, oh, this is too far past. Right. Change that angle, elongate the muscle striations, and go from there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Anthony didn't even know
That's
that.
awesome. Yeah, that's
No.
Look at Anthony's over there. He's taking notes. Look at him.
Yeah.
taking
I
notes.
got this, baby. I got this.
I am. That's what I love about the podcast. I can take notes, but I've never been in that situation. I've never overdone my brisket. Usually I'm pushing it like shit. I need to get this done.
Well,
Yeah, when we were slicing our brisket, I was holding a knife up against the edge of it while he was slicing it.
Yeah, so
Oh, man.
you always I always push my hand on one side and then slice from the other to kind of push it together, keep it all pushed together.
Yeah.
And if you're using a brisket caddy, it's going to give you that size that you want. You're all obviously going to take it out of the brisket caddy to slice it. But if things aren't going well, you can always just take your knife and slice the sides, and you lose some of that. In my opinion, the appearance scores, because your overdoneness is going to be on the outside of your brisket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just change that angle a little bit, and you go from, like, for me, Blazer 47, I had, in my opinion, one of the best briskets I've ever cooked, but it was probably 2 degrees past because I didn't vent the brisket. Had I remembered to change the angle when I sliced it, because seriously, it's like I haven't cooked a competition in probably 4 years. If I had changed my angle, that brisket probably would have hit, because I from 7th to 2nd place was 2 points.
Oh, wow.
2 points. And I was happy with the 7th place call because I thought I'd just killed it. Had I just changed the angle of my knife, I probably could have had a shot. Just saying.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's a great tip. Thank you for that tip. We'll probably
look at Anthony. Hey, Anthony, fuck you. You're sitting there laughing at me. That's some serious stuff.
Yeah.
No, that is serious. I do that on my points a lot. I'll turn it and cut the other direction, but I never thought about using that when your brisket is too tender, too overdone. That is
Awesome. You have to. It's the only way to overcome an overcooked brisket. So.
Yeah, didn't even think about that.
I mean, the brisket it tasted great. It was fabulous, but to get the pencil thin slices we needed was a pain in the ass.
I've also heard people too, if the brisket's overdone, they can switch to the burnt end side and do those slices. I heard that's an audible that you can usually use as well.
Well, here's the thing: if you've got burnt ends and you got your flat slices, and your burnt ends outshines, Anthony, you're listening, right?
Oh yeah.
If your burnt ends outshine your flat, get rid of your flat and put 9 to 12 burnt ends in your box. I've had to do that in the past, because like I always separate the flat from the point. And in Wendover, this is friggin' years ago, my flat absolutely sucked, so I put an entire box of burnt ends. But my burnt ends weren't perfect. And I heard from judges that go, "Oh my gosh, we we opened this box and it was full of burnt ends. We got so excited, but the burnt ends were not great. Those are mine, so I'm gonna take all the heat for that. But you've got to. They can only judge you for what you put in the box. And
Right.
Anthony,
Yes, sir. Yep.
Your burnt ends were spectacular, correct?
Yes, they were.
Put in 3 or 4 more burnt ends and call it a day, son.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I have a sad story to tell on this podcast right now.
What's this?
Other than the burnt ends that
lay it down,
than the
son.
burnt ends. Yeah.
Lay it down, kiddo.
Yeah. My 6-ounce flask is empty.
Oh my
Well, this is light as hell, son.
No, but yeah, I agree with Jesse. You turn in the best product you have. And like I said, if you cook your whole packer, if you decide to cook the whole thing without separating it, you can default. You can default to those burnt end sides for slices as well.
Don't
Crooked
do that.
Pigs
Separate
has done it, but it's just
Crooked Pigs is one of the best brisket cookers in the entire Western United States.
It really is.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys. Do you guys use traditional stick smokers, or do you guys use the upright barrels? What do you guys typically smoke on?
I'm going hot and fast in my can. This just
can. Nobody knows what a can is. It's a drum.
It's a drum.
It's a drum smoker.
Okay.
Ugly drum smoker, UDS can cooker.
UDS. And what brand are you running?
Salt City Smokers. It's a company that was designed here in northern Utah, but unfortunately they had to resign from the company.
Trevor is an absolute stud. They stopped making that pit because Trevor was a thank you for his service.
Yes.
He was in Air Force. He retired from the Air Force, and because of all the work that he did for the Air Force, his eyesight got was troubled. So when he started doing all the welding and everything else for the Salt City, it became an issue, and he had to stop it just for the health of him and his family.
Yeah.
And now, like, Pitmaster Supply Company is now carrying Hunsaker smokers, and Hunsaker is a great brand, and a lot of the pitmasters around here are running Hunsakers, and I have not cooked on one yet, but I've got 2 that I pulled in for this year. I'm gonna try to cook my brisket and my pork on, so I'm excited for that.
One of our guys, Painfully Good Barbecue, that's what he uses. Those.
And Cotton Gin Smokers is another really good barrel smoker. And then what's the big brand? Gateway?
Yes.
Gateway is the big brand. But for me, I'm gonna go Hunsaker. I'm gonna go Cotton Gin. And funny thing is Trevor from Salt City, Gateway sent him a cease and desist.
Did they really?
And oh yeah. You know what he sent him?
I did not know that. What's that?
You know what he sent back?
Kiss my ass.
two middle fingers.
He goes, kiss my ass. Check my patents, bitch. Oh
wow.
Trevor's an absolute stud, and his cohorts in crime they're phenomenal. I hope his eyesight's getting better and he can come out and cook some more, because he's done really good in barbecue competitions in Utah.
They were really good. What was the name of Jagger Q, right?
Jager Q. Yep.
Jager Q. Yep. Yeah, they were kicking ass for a while.
And for some reason, I thought there was a falling out between the two, and I was absolutely wrong. So I apologize.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. But yeah, what do you guys cook on again at home? Are you guys, again, let's just talk about that. And I know we talked about the last episode, but since we're here.
So we cook every weekend for our socials. And 3 weeks ago, we did a whole hog on a rotisserie.
3 weeks ago.
On a rotisserie? Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was quite fun.
Was it kind of like a homemade rotisserie? What'd you do?
No, I bought it on Amazon.
It's an Odeker.
It's La Cachina.
La Cachina?
Yeah, and it was one that one of our friends took the hog out hunting, and he dressed it for us and gave it to us to cook on the rotisserie.
So it was a wild hog. How did it taste?
Oh, it was ridiculously good.
Yeah.
We seasoned that bad boy up, stuck it in a cooler, threw it in a big old contractor's bag, tied it up,
Yeah.
put ice on it for a week, and then barbecued it the next weekend.
Nice.
It turned
Yeah.
amazing.
Tell
We
you
did,
what, the best hog. I mean, I probably cooked over 200 hogs. The best hog I've ever cooked. A friend of mine was a MP up on Hill Air Force Base. Him and his wife went up to Corinne, Utah, when there was a ranch up there.
What? Where's this? I've never heard of this. Sorry.
Corinne, Utah is at top Utah.
Corinne?
Utah. Corinne, Utah. It's a past Brigham City, past Tremont, and all that stuff.
He's like, he's lying. He's lying.
So they took it with bows and arrows, and that gives me a little bit more respect for what they did. He took a 1,200-pound hog with his bow. I said, I hope you had a 10 millimeter on your chest, son, because that's like, if you don't get it, it's gonna get you.
exactly.
And his wife took a 550-pound hog.
Shit.
Hey, Anthony, you're looking that ranch has been shut down, so it's not available anymore. Trust me,
I was looking, damn it.
See, I knew what he was doing. I knew what you were doing. So her hog was 550 pounds. It was about 395 pounds dressed out. I put her on my favorite offset, Little Red. Cooked it for 28 hours and fed it to all the MPs up on the Hill Air Force Base. And I tell you what, I always take the spine out. So take a sawzall, take the spine out, rip it out, and I fill that spine cavity with sausage, with ground sausage. And that was the best hog I've ever cooked in my life. And it was almost 400 pounds. So good.
What was the timeline on that?
Or that we do,
What's that?
Yeah, under 100 pounds.
Yeah, the hog we got was 88 pounds on the hoof. And then after it was all cleaned and gutted and deheaded, because he neck shotted him. So he took the neck and the head off, and I think it ended up being just under 40 pounds.
I take the legs off from the elbows, and then if I can get the head off clean, like if I can clean the head, I want to leave the head on because I want the cheek meat for all the people that are all the bougie asses. Like, I want some cheek meat. Yeah, you do. You really do.
It's good shit.
It is. Very
tender. It's really good, but on a small hog, it's hard.
Yeah.
So when I cooked that hog, I had it on the bottom grate, and I had a grate above it, and I cooked 8 pork shoulders above it, fat cap down, so that all those pork shoulders just dripped into the cavity of that hog. So I do skin side down, and I tell you what, we fed probably 500 MPs, service members up on Hill Air Force Base. And they just went crazy for it. It was awesome. And you know what? I donated it. It was my time, my love, and it was for me, the national anthem at the Super Bowl sucked ass yesterday or on Sunday.
We're getting political. Watch out.
No, it's not political. It's like, I just don't want to hear the vocal gymnastics. I want the national anthem to just be straightforward and
old school,
and powerful.
Yep,
powerful.
Yeah, make me fucking cry.
Yeah, because like I'm getting teared up right now because we do so much work for the veterans in our area with Stern Dirt Racing. I do all the events in Utah for Stern Dirt Racing, and we always honor a service member. Oh, geez, I can't even. I have a hard time getting through their bios because these are badasses from World War II, the Korean War, from Vietnam, and I'm like, guys, I've got their bios, and I'm trying to get through it, and it's like I'm killing myself, and I'm like, listen, guys, give these guys some love because they have been in the places that you and I don't want to be.
Exactly.
And all the blue hairs will never be.
Yeah.
So give them some love, to give those blue hairs the freedom that they have to speak their mind, whatever the French that it is,
Damn straight.
and give us the love back, and give them love for all the service they created. Because I've got a really good friend I went to junior high and high school with. He went to the Air Force right out of high school. His name is Max Stitzer. He's been all over the planet in his service. He goes in at a grunt at 18 years. Sorry, guys, I'm getting political. I'm apologize, but yeah, fuck you. I'm not apologizing. So he goes into the service at 18 years old. He's ROTC, super great guy. One of the nicest guys I've ever known in my entire life. He spends 39 years serving our country.
Damn.
He goes from a grunt, gets his degree, goes through the service, ends up as a brigadier general. And he tells me, he's like, Jess, he goes, I could not leave the Pentagon because it had gone so damn political, because I was the common sense guy. And he stayed for an extra 5 or 6 years just because of that. And he retired a couple of years ago, and I respect him so much for what he did, what he's done for our country, and for all, and I'm going to pull it back right now, for all of our members of our services that are out there, all the men and women that have served for us, so we can enjoy this high-end whiskeys that we're drinking.
This freedom.
Seriously, brother.
Amen. People pushers to the
for
boots
sure.
on the ground.
Yeah,
All-
from the
all-
pencil pushers to the boots on the ground. Love and respect, much admiration.
Everyone.
For sure.
Thank you.
Yep, for sure. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody has a family member that has served.
Or a
or know
few.
some, or
Yeah.
know, yep, or
A
know
lot.
somebody has to serve. Yep, and exactly.
Guess what, guys? I would have gone and served if I didn't have a scholarship for athletics. It just fit the way that my coaches were through high school and everything else. And my father served, both my grandfather served. I
Yeah.
would have served as well if I didn't have that scholarship. And for everybody that has served,
Much respect
thank
for
you.
everybody that has served.
Damn, I don't think of a better note
That
to
sounds like
end
you're doing a lot
the
of
show
service to
on.
the,
Yep.
the retired vets and active militaries, so that's huge.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And so there's a lot of cool things that barbecue community can do to help those people.
Yep.
I know of one
Absolutely.
personally that the Warrior Risen Ranch, our entry fees go to help with that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Please sign up for that competition.
Yeah.
I have
exactly.
not been there yet. I'm going to try to get there this year.
Yeah.
Warrior Rising up in Morgan, Utah, SCA event through our competitor, Barbecue Pit Stop. For me, it's not about me. It's about the community. It's about service. It's about giving back. You know what? So all you guys in the SCA world, get your asses signed up, because if I can, I'm going to try to get up there and kick y'all's asses this year.
Wow, it's been documented as of February 11, 2025 that Jesse's going to whoop all our asses.
Well, I didn't say I'm going to whip their asses. I'm going to go up and try to whoop their asses.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Cool. Oh,
thanks for the clarification.
You bet.
All right, guys. Well, we've hit that mark. I don't feel like there's another high note we can end on other than that. That was fantastic. We want to thank you again for coming in and talking with us. This is always fantastic. I think we need to make this every 6-month deal, because
every
this
quarter.
Is a good time.
No.
Every quarter.
This is quarterly.
Yeah, this is
quarterly
shit right here, boys. I enjoy this.
Yeah, I say next time we dive into the whiskey some more.
Right?
Because then the guys are gonna go cook some more because they show up to 140 teams. And, oh, by the way, we got 3 calls. We kicked some ass. It's like, oh my gosh.
Right. We just need to just build this up.
Exactly.
Well, guys, go ahead and let everybody know where to follow you guys at, and make sure they're checking out those videos that you guys are posting.
All right. Well, we're Rooster and Greybeard on Facebook and TikTok, and we're BBQ and Bourbon on YouTube and Instagram and Discord.
Perfect. Well, sounds good, guys. It sounds like we'll be talking to you in another 3 months. It's been established.
That's what I'm down for.
Stuff for Amanda.
Yeah, please do, because she will love you forever. I promise you that, and you want her on your side for sure.
I guarantee if you get that from Amanda, it's going to be quarterly.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yep. You have a great night.
Y'all too.
Yep. Bye.
See y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.